soon sparks the start of the new school year in the country. Children are eager to go back to school to see their old classmates, meet new friends, and learn new things from their teachers. Despite the excitement, parents, schools, and some students are having problems adjusting to the K-12 education system, which was passed on May 15, 2013 by President Benigno Aquino III through RA 10533, or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. The aim of the K-12 system is to provide every Filipino children with the education they need to compete in a global context. By adding 2 years, the DepEd hopes to reach its goal of giving students enough time to master skills and ideas to prepare for tertiary education or college, middle-level skills development, employment, and entrepreneurship.
Bagong curriculum ni President Noy para sa tataguyod ng liberal policy. Ito ay 6 na taon sa high school. Pero mula sa kinder hanggang dun sa high school na kung saan ay para matiyak yung pagbibigay ng cheap labor sa iba't ibang bansa. Imbis na 4 na taon lang sila sa high school, magkakaroon pa ng karagdagang 2 taon. Dagdag na 2 taon, ibig sabihin, dagdag na responsibilidad, dagdag na gastos sa bagay ng mga magulang.
The model of the K-12 education system is as follows: a mandatory kindergarten level, 6 years of primary education, grades 1 to 6, 4 years of junior high school, grades 7 to 10, and 2 years of senior high school, grades 11 to 12. Though the intentions of the K-12 system are honorable, many people, including parents, are not in favor of this, as it means additional costs for the education of their children, as well as the inconvenience it might bring to the students, especially those who are prepared to enter high school and college.
Hindi ako pabor. Magdadagdag ka na naman ng 2 taon, yung 6 na taon nga sa elementary, magpaaral, sobrang hirap na. Siguro okay siya sa mga may mga pera.
Okay na lang din kasi right after the graduation, may na din pwede na din sila makapaghanap ng trabaho. Tapos, pwede na din sila mag-aral sa college na nagtatrabaho.
Another problem that arises from the implementation of the system is the lack of preparedness of many schools' facilities, especially in the number of classrooms and teachers available.
Mga eskwelahan talaga natin ay kulang talaga sa pasilidad, kulang sa classrooms, upuan, textbooks pa na mali-mali. Yung mga teachers din natin ay kulang ang pasahod. Paano sila makakapagturo ng maayos kung sila mismo ay nagsastruggle sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na gastusin. Hindi totoo yung kiniklaim ng Aquino government na wala na daw pagkukulang sa ating mga pasilidad at equipment. Kasi kung tutuusin, napaka-atrasado ng ating mga facilities, hindi pa rin tayo multimedia.
Is the country prepared for the K-12 education system? What are the problems faced by students, parents, and schools since the implementation of the new educational system? How is the government preparing and handling the new educational system as the new school year begins? Good evening. You are watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News channel. This show is about making the law work for you by giving legal advice on topics that matter to you. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno.
And I'm Attorney Rod Nepomuceno. Tonight we will discuss your legal rights on the K-12 education system. What you need to know as concerned parents and students on the new system.
Our guest for tonight is Mr. Benjo Basas, Chairperson of the Teachers Dignity Coalition.
Yeah. Good evening, Benjo.
Good
evening, welcome to LegalHD.
Yes, thank you.
Ayan, so don't worry, we won't ask you legal questions so much. I know you're not a lawyer.
I'm worried.
Yeah, but you being a teacher, a public school teacher, you're familiar with the K-12 system. And maybe can you give us a brief backgrounder, especially for those who may not be too familiar with it?
Well, basically, it started in 2010, during the Aquino administration's assumption into the office, and the president himself, may marching order siya doon sa Department of Education na ituloy na itong K-12, and ang sinasabi niya nga doon ay maiksi, yung 10 taon, so hindi naman yung iksi ang pinag-uusapan natin, that is our main contention, or initial contention, hindi naman yung iksi o haba ng pag-aaral yung issue dito, so nandun kami sa issue na gaano ba dapat ihanda yung eskwelahan ng buong lipunan, ng buong society at basically ng gobyerno para doon sa ating mga bata, no. So sa kasalukuyan, actually hindi na sa kasalukuyan, no, kasi nandun na tayo actually sa third year of implementation,
It's already there.
Yeah, ng K-12 program. Wala na tayong third year ngayon, meron tayo ngayon ay grade 8 na, no. Grade 9 na, no, at next year, no, ay itong school year 2014-2015, ito yung huling batch, no, natin na gagraduate, no, under the old curriculum, no. So yun, pinahaba siya, no, at inilagay, no, yung kindergarten program na ngayon ay bahagi na talaga, no, kasi before ito ay optional, no, pero ngayon, no, doon sa pagpasa nung Kindergarten Act nung 2012, no, ay naging bahagi na siya talaga, no. So ibig sabihin yung mga bata na 5 years old, no, ay obligado na sila, mandatory na sila ay mag-enroll na ng kinder, and then another 6 years for elementary and another 4 years, no, for junior high school and 2 years, no, for senior high school, no. Na yung track naman ay papunta, no, doon sa iba-iba, no. Basically ang sinasabi ng ating pamahalaan para daw i-prepare yung ating mga kabataan, ano, doon sa employment, no. So after graduation from high school, ready na sila, no, kasi yung age nila ay maayos, pwede na,
Ano
no,
yung
pwede
ideal
na
age
magtrabaho.
under this new system?
Well, 18 years old, yung mga bata ay gagraduate na sila ng high school, no, ng year 12, no, ng grade 12, no. Yun yung ideal na sinasabi, no, kasi that is one of the problems, no, na nakita ng Department of Education at ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas, even the Department of Labor, no, na sinasabing yung ating mga graduate sa Pilipinas ay kulang ng haba ng taon ng pag-aaral. So doon sa mga bansa, no, na gusto nilang magpatuloy ng edukasyon or mag-seek ng employment, hindi sila natatanggap. No? Yun yung isang niresolve, no, nitong K-12. Yes.
But do you think it's an issue of age or nasa qualifications ba? Because I'm curious na nagdagdag tayo, I mean, kami ni Rod, we were under the old system and all our parents then, and even you,
Yeah,
diba? So,
myself.
yung tanong dito, when you talked about a graduating age of 18, ako I finished high school at 16, but normally it's really 16, 17.
Yes.
I felt na na-cover na lahat ng subjects. Even when I started college, yung iba, calculus, physics, it was basically, they were subjects na na-take up na namin before. So with this new system na nagdagdag ng 2 taon sa senior high school, what types of subjects yung nadagdag from the old curriculum?
Ang sinasabi dito ng Department of Education, yung 2 taon ng senior high school, ito ay parang yung mga general subjects na kinukuha natin sa freshman natin sa kolehiyo ay doon na yan itinuturo, no? And actually, meron pang mga...
Can you give examples?
Yeah.
Ano yung mga sinasabing subjects that are now included na typically hindi ini-introduce until college na?
Well, yung ano natin, no? Yung, kasi depende yan. Depende pa rin sa pupuntahan ng mga bata. Meron dyan ay TechVoc, no? Technical Vocational, no? So yung mga bata na okay na sila, no, doon, no? Doon sa ganung track ay pwede na silang magtrabaho after, no? So yung binibigay ngayon ng TESDA, no? So after graduation from high school, yung mga bata na nandun sa group na yon ay pwede na silang magtrabaho, no? Yun namang magpo-pursue ng professional courses, no, like engineering, no, medicine, etc., no, ay kukuha naman sila ng preparation din, ano, doon sa kanilang mga courses na maiibigan, ano po. Yun naman, yung iba naman ay doon naman sa mga arts, no, doon sa music, no, literature, etc. So, yan yung sinasabing hindi nako-cover, no, doon sa old curriculum natin, no, sa high school, no. Kaya pagdating mo sa kolehiyo, yung actually minsan nga sinasabi pa yung first 2 years natin sa college, no, ay hindi talaga tayo
hindi talaga college.
Hindi talaga tayo nag-aaral, no, nung ating course na napili, no, kundi continuation yan, ano.
But when you say na dinadagdagan ng technical or arts, hindi ba yan specialization na? Because I'm just curious kung if it's yun yung nadagdag sa when you're saying 2 years senior high school.
Yes, no. Yun po yung mga idinagdag natin, ano, kasi doon pa lang sa hanggang 4th year grade 10, no. Hanggang grade 10 yung present no, na o yung old curriculum natin,
Yun
halos
yun.
yun din yung content.
Okay.
No? At pagpunta doon sa senior high school, kasi ang model natin dito, yung European, Australian.
Correct. And I was going to
model.
say that. I was going to say, make a point there. Na yung basis natin is European and American, and we've seen how their economy is. Diba?
Yes.
They're first world, not only because mas masipag sila, but I think because of their educational system. That's why, for example, in this, all of us, almost everyone in the world would like to have a U.S. education, diba? So if this was based on, let's say, the U.S. education, and we've seen the success of the educational system in the U.S., don't you think that it's fair to say that, yeah, it's worth trying this K-12?
Well, as early as 2010, yun na yung position namin. No? Mukhang baka maging trial and error, no? Itong gagawin natin. Kasi sa US, Australia, Germany, no? Kung yung kinukuha nating model, no? Na sinasabi nating advance yung education, advance yung technology, advance actually yung society. No? Kasi mayaman sila, no? Na kumpara sa atin, at binibigay nila yung lahat ng pangangailangan para doon sa education system na ini-implement nila. Yun yung kulang sa atin. No? Yun yung sinasabi namin, no? Dati pa na kung gusto natin ng world standard, no, ng kagaya nung German system halimbawa, no, dapat yung ating unang issue, no, yung ating spending, no, yung ating allocation dapat katulad rin, no, kung paano natin yan kung paano ginagawa yan sa Germany, like in US halimbawa, no, 125 pesos katumbas ng 125,000 pesos, no, yung per capita spending nila. Sa atin that is around 7,000 pesos. No, so mukhang mismatch, no, hindi natin makukuha. At kung yun lang, yung standard lang ng haba ng taon, baka mas magandang sumugal pa tayo dun sa nauna. After all, lahat tayo na narito ngayon, no, ay produkto ng luma nating curriculum.
But Benjo, as a teacher na part of the system, nagkaroon ba kayo ng added training for the K-12 system?
Well, syempre, yung change of curriculum. Kasi ngayon naman, hindi pa naman ini-implement, no? Wala pa naman tayo doon sa senior high school, no? So, yes, no, meron. At taon-taon ay nagkaroon ng mga training, no, yung Department of Education, at umaabot nga ng 5 araw, no, na talagang live-in ng mga seminars, no, para doon sa mga teachers, no, kung grade 7 ngayon, yung mga grade 7 teachers ang i-train, ano, and so on. So may mga ganun naman. Pero basically, ito ay doon lang sa pagbago, no, ng curriculum. No, yung ituturo mismo ng mga teachers, no. Yun lang, hindi pa yung buong system.
Okay. Now, how do you think, in the overall, do you think this will improve the chances of mga students to get employment later on, or not just here, maybe abroad? Do you think it by matching our system with yung European and US educational system?
Well, hindi naman kami nagsasara, no? Pero ang lagi naming sinasabi, may requirements, no? May requirements. Kung tayo nangangarap, no? This is a very ambitious program, no? Pero kung tayo ay nangangarap, wala namang masama. Pero dapat pag nangarap tayo, hindi lamang tayo pumupunta, no, dun sa dulo ng pinapangarap natin. Dapat meron tayong
yung
mga
system along the way.
Yes,
Okay.
no, meron tayong mga lahat, no, na kinakailangan, no, para matupad yung pangarap natin.
Sige. I still have a lot of questions, lalo na for the parents out there.
Yeah,
So,
maraming tanong.
for now, we'll have to take a short break. And Legal Help Desk will return after this short break. You're still watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News Channel with our guest, Mr. Benjo Basas, and joining us now is Assistant Secretary Tonicito Umali, Esquire of the Department of Education.
Asek, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, good evening, Attorney Rod, Attorney Karen, magandang gabi po, Ka Benjo, magandang gabi sa'yo.
Well, as we know, it's very timely, no? Because school is about to start, or has started.
Yes.
And everyone has a lot of questions still, despite the fact that the K-12 already was implemented, or you began implementing it even 3 years ago, right?
Yes.
Yes. So our questions, we were talking to Benjo, of course, Asek, and maybe you'd like to maybe expound further, no, on what he said. You know, what are the advantages that we're seeing, or what that the public
Or the
can
parents
expect?
can expect.
Parents can
Parents
expect
and the students.
sa K-12.
Yeah. Graduates of our senior high school will daw be more prepared in the world of work, business, or if they would like to enter college, mas handa na po silang magtuloy sa kolehiyo. Mas handa na rin po ang ating mga magtatapos kumpara sa mga natatapos po ng lahat po ng mag-aaral sa buong mundo dahil the concept of having at least 11 to 12 years of basic education is not something new. It's been going on for so many years. I don't know since when, as early as 1920s, they were already saying that our 10-year basic education cycle is definitely not enough. Certainly, we're not simply talking about here of adding 2 more years. We're talking about curriculum. We are talking about decongesting curriculum. There's another advantage, a decongested curriculum. Ang ibig sabihin po niyan ay mas maraming oras po ang maibibigay po natin para pag-aralan yung dapat pong mapag-aralan ng isang mag-aaral na dapat pong makatapos ng basic education. And going back, because you're asking, Attorney Rod, for the advantages, theoretically, if the statistics will still be true by 2016 to 2018, or let's say 2018, where only 1/2 of our high school graduates proceed to college, kung ganun po mangyayari, ang makakapagtapos ngayon ng basic education ay mas handa na po. They will be more equipped to enter the world of work. We're talking about a certificate of competencies being issued, assuming that our graduates will pass the examinations to be administered in coordination with TESDA. Armed with this certification, they could apply for work, and therefore, mas kikita na po siya. Theoretically, baka makapagtuloy po ng kolehiyo dahil may kakayahan na po silang kumita.
But Asek Tony, I'm just curious, for those who will go directly to college after high school, don't you think merong redundancy, or have you identified some redundancies?
Okay. There will be no redundancy the way you said it, Attorney Karen, because wala pong makakapagtuloy ng kolehiyo nang hindi po nagtatapos o dumadaan sa senior high school. Yan po ang klaro, Attorney Karen. At ang una pong maaapektuhan, the first batch of grades 11 and 12 students that we will have will be our incoming third year or grade 9 students. In other words, our incoming grade 10, formerly fourth year high school students, may graduate and they may proceed directly to college. But our incoming third year, formerly we call it third year, I always say that so that everybody will know what we're talking about, or grade 9 students will proceed to grade 10 next school year, and then grade 11, they will not graduate. So, there will be no duplication in that sense, if that's what you're
I was talking more about the curriculum.
The curriculum?
Diba,
yes.
You said, yung iba, they can now be better prepared for work, they'll have a certificate of accreditation.
Yes.
But then those who will go straight to college, they might be taking up subjects that will be taken up in K-12.
Yes, but mostly only the general education subjects, Attorney Karen. And we expect, I don't want to make that pronouncement because it should be CHED, we should be making the necessary pronouncement that those subjects that we usually take, we call them general education during the first 2 years of college, and that will be taken up during senior high school, should not be taken up anymore in college.
So there's also a reform na at least pinaplano for college.
Is
that correct?
I just hope that CHED will say
we'll
that.
Take note of it. Yeah, we'll take.
Oh yeah. They will. They should say that, but I just don't want to say that because we are only up to basic education.
Asek, and also maybe to Benjo, no? Of course, the usual complaint I hear from parents is that it's an additional 2 years. As we know, in a way, to some extent, parents are kind of in a hurry for their kids to graduate. Correct. Because para makatulong na. Normal ganun yung mentality of some parents, because obviously additional 2 years means additional allowance. Hindi lang yung tuition. Yung additional allowance, yung shoes and
then
clothes
delaying their income earning capacity.
That's right. Delaying their income capacity. So, yun yung maybe we can address that a bit.
But we are only talking about. I'll just immediately address the comment of Attorney Karen of quote and unquote delaying their
income generating
years. We are only talking about 1/2 of our high school graduates who will proceed to college, and 1/2 of that 1/2 will actually finish college. for many reasons, based on their studies, one of which is financial capability, maybe they're not yet ready. In other words, yung sinasabi po natin na madedelay po ay practically 25%, unless Benjo will have a different figures on that. Ang klaro again, Attorney Karen, based on the last statistics that we got, kalahati lamang po, forget about K-12, ang magtatapos ng ating mataas na paaralan, ang magtutuloy ng kolehiyo. At yung magtutuloy ng kolehiyo, kalahati po lang po nun ang makapagtatapos ng kolehiyo. So yun lang po ang tinitingnan natin. So we are looking after, Attorney Rod, those...
the three-fourths, in a way.
Yes, effectively, who, if we will equip them with the necessary skills, if they, for example, take the TechVoc track, and since this is for free, and they will proceed to grades 11 to 12, then because presumably they have to go on because this is for free. Without K to 12, they have to go to a TechVoc school na kailangan may bayad kung gusto po nilang magtapos ng mga kurso tungkol sa pagmemekaniko o technical vocational course. Or even if they proceed to a state university, meron din pong cost yan. Hindi po libre yan. Sila po ngayon ay inaasahan natin magtatapos ng senior high school. Magkakaroon po sila ng kapasidad dahil po junior high school pa lamang during the exploratory TLE na tinatawag po namin, Technology and Livelihood Education. And then grades 9 and 10. Nagkaroon po sila ng paghahasa. Kunyari, pagmamekaniko. Tinuloy po nila. They could get certificate of competencies, level 1. Level 1, which they will never get under the old curriculum. They only get that.
Sounds very specialized. What if you're a parent na ayaw mo nang pahabain yung track ng anak mo under the K-12? Is that even an option for the parents out there?
No, Attorney Karen, because the law provides that our basic education now will now consist of 1 year of preschool education, 6 years of elementary, 4 years of junior high, and 2 years of senior high.
And this includes private schools as well?
Yes, and that means before you proceed to tertiary, there's another law saying that you have to complete basic education before you go to tertiary.
Okay, Asek Benjo, we have some questions from our viewers. Let's start answering some of them with the help, of course, of our guests, starting with the question of Kenneth. I'm concerned with the quality of education of the students with the new education system. How will the DepEd ensure that the quality of education will be better as promised when some teachers think that their workload doubles because of the K-12 and that they will not be properly compensated for it?
Benjo, you want to comment on that?
Well, ever since naman, kahit nung old curriculum, ang reklamo naman ng ating mga teachers, at ito naman ay nakikita natin araw-araw, yung napakataas na workload, at yung maliit na compensation. Pag sinabi po nating maliit, of course, I don't want to compare yung teachers' compensation sa Pilipinas with with private, halimbawa with private schools. Dapat kasi ang comparison ay doon sa ating mga counterpart sa Southeast Asia na lang, kung saan sinasabi ng ating Department of Education na pinatutupad yung K-12. Sa Southeast Asia po tayo ay kasama sa may pinakamababa na pasahod sa mga guro. Isa pa, syempre, yung status mismo. Yung sweldo ay nagde-determine siya ng status at ng treatment ng society doon sa mga manggagawa, doon sa mga empleyado. At kung ganito lamang yung aming sweldo sa kasalukuyan, again, hindi natin i-compare sa mga maliliit na mga private schools, ganito lang pala yung pagturing ng ating gobyerno. So yun yung aming hinihingi. Dapat kasabay yung ambition natin na paghusayin na yung quality ng education ng Pilipinas under this new system, dapat yung quality rin ng buhay ng ating mga guro ay wag nating iwanan. Kasi ang education ay dependent largely doon sa ating mga guro. At alam naman po natin yan. Kung sila ay masyadong pagod, stress, physically talagang masyadong maraming iniintindi, at economically rin, baka hindi po sila makapagturo ng maayos. Kagaya ng inaasahan natin under K-12.
I will touch very generally on teachers' compensation, Attorney Karen, Attorney Rod. But how will we ensure, I think that's the question, that this will be effective.
The quality is good.
The quality. I'll talk about the subjects, maybe, generally. What will we take up in senior high school? There will be core subjects na tinatawag, Attorney Karen, Attorney Rod, common to all tracks. Kasi may 4 pong tracks na pwede pong pagpilian ang ating mga mag-aaral. Yung TechVoc track, academic track, sports, and then arts track.
So it's like
So,
going
mga-
to mini
it's like
college.
mini college.
Oh.
Parang ganun po, pwede po nating sabihin ganun.
Parang where are you leaning? Where are you leaning? Medyo arts. O, dito ako.
Yes.
Medyo I like making kalikot
Yes.
Mechanical,
stuff.
So, yeah,
Yes.
okay.
And the core subjects that is common to all tracks shall be language, humanities, communication, mathematics, science, social science, philosophy, PE, and health. I'll give some example of subjects that will be taken up in the academic strand. If we talk, for example, of the academic track, may isa pong strand yan, tawag namin accountancy, business, and management strand. They will be talking about academic, Attorney Rod. Siguro yung mga graduate po ng, I don't mean anything by this, I'm just saying a statement of fact. Siguro, graduate po ng Ateneo, most probably they will pursue academic track or Xavier or LaSalle. We're talking about accountancy, businessman, and management strand. Kung yun po ang kinuha nila, they will be taking up applied economics, business ethics, fundamentals of accountancy and management 1, fundamentals of accountancy, business and management 2, business math, business finance, organization and management, principles of marketing. If they will take, for
Sounds like a
example,
college curriculum,
yes,
no?
yes, yes.
Sounds more complex
so ito
than
yung
mine.
senior,
Business management course.
Senior high school, okay.
Yes, Attorney Karen. Now, if they will take the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics strand, what we call STEM, sample subjects that they will be taking up will be pre-calculus, basic calculus, general biology 1, 2, physics 1, 2, general chemistry 1, 2, and then they have a subject, what we call work immersion, research, career advocacy, culminating activity. What we're trying to say, TechVoc track, if we talk about TechVoc,
Yeah, tech.
ang choices po nila will be bread and pastry production, food and beverage, they will have the option of getting computer programming, medical transcription, animation.
Some of these are in demand.
Yes, yes.
Jobs, no?
So now the question is, paano po natin masisiguro na ito po'y magiging epektibo na pag nagtapos ang ating mga mag-aaral ay may kakayanan po silang kumita. Yun po ang kasagutan po namin. Yung mga asignaturang ituturo po sa kanila ay yung mga asignaturang dapat po nilang maunawaan, matutunan, high school pa lamang po, at hindi nila kailangan magtungo ng kolehiyo. I'm talking about the TechVoc track. I'm going back, Attorney Rod, to what I mentioned. They will get certificate of competencies. And before, that's how they get jobs, Attorney Karen. Ang kaibahan nga lang nito, hindi sila nagtuloy ng TechVoc college.
They don't have a college
They
degree.
just took our TechVoc track. And for those who graduated in our senior high school and took for example, the ABM strand and the accountancy, businessman, and management strand in particular, pwede po sila maging bookkeeper, pwede po sila maging clerk. At ang mahalaga po rito, Attorney Karen, ito pong mga asignaturang itong specializations na ito o track na ito ay base po kung anong industriya meron ang bawat rehiyon. Inaakma po namin ito. Ngayon pa lamang po, halimbawa sa Maynila, nakipag-meeting po kami kong Sandy Ocampo together with our school division superintendent and our principals. They were already talking, ngayon pa lamang po, to owners of automotive companies.
Okay.
Yes. And we are engaging them. What are the subjects that you want to learn? What do you want our students to learn so that you will hire them? May mga ganung pag-uusap at doon po sila mag-OJT. Ganun po ang isang feature nitong TechVoc. Okay. Mabilis po sa sweldo. Naunawaan ko po yung sinasabi ni Ka Benjo, ang opisyal na pahayag po dyan, Attorney Karen, ng ating kagawaran ay sinusuportahan po natin lahat ng panukala, Attorney Rod, na naglalayong tagdagan ang benepisyo ng ating mga guro, ngunit kailangan po nating unawain. So, sinusuportahan. Paano po dapat ba mangyari ito, Attorney Karen? We need to have a meaningful discussion. So, when we talk about salary increases, Attorney Karen, we're not simply talking about salary increases for our teachers because right now we have the salary standardization law. We cannot simply increase the salary grade level or the amount corresponding to salary grade 11, the entry level for our teachers, without increasing the salary of all our workers. When I say this, government workers, Attorney Ron, are we not supporting? No, we are supporting, but all that we are saying is, let's have a meaningful discussion. So when we talk about resources, not only resources to fund salary increases for our teachers, but for all government employees.
I'll ask you more about that, but for now, we'll have to take a short break.
Yes.
Legal Help Desk will return after this reminder. Yeah. Welcome back to Legal Help Desk on the Solar News Channel with our guests Asek Tunisito, Umali, and Mr. Benjo Basas.
Now, quick question, Asek, about, this is applicable to all, this K-12, applicable to all schools, private and public. What if there are certain private schools that say, no, I'm sorry, this is not going to be for us, it's going to affect our P&L, our profitability and all that, so we'll conduct it our own way. And if they don't do it, what are the penalties?
When we say they will conduct it in their own way, that should mean they will not offer senior high school, for example. They don't want to offer senior high school. Then,
meaning they'll do it the old way.
Well, but still, their graduates will not proceed to college. So what will happen is their graduates will be forced, quote and unquote, to, if they want like to proceed to college, find another school offering senior high school. So it's no different. Siguro for comparison, because this is elementary, secondary, para pong paaralan, Attorney Karen, na ang kanyang ino-offer lamang ay elementarya, walang high school. So, hindi pwede siya, kung nung araw, forget about K-12. Walang high school na ino-offer ang isang paaralan. Elementarya lamang, hindi siya pwede magtuloy ng kolehiyo. So, kailangan maghanap siya ng paaralan na nag-o-offer ng high school. Parang ganun po, ang mangyayari ngayon dito, Attorney Rod, parang hanggang junior high school lang ino-offer ng school mo.
But Benjo and Asek Tony, is it possible na meron ka ng private school that already complies with K-12? How does the DepEd determine that? Is it just based on the number of years?
They have 13 years already. There are some schools that offer already 13 years.
Yes.
Nursery.
I actually went through 13 years.
Right?
Mayroon po na nagko-comply na sa K-12. Kaya nga po ang ginagawa po nila, ang ating po tinutukoy, maaari po dyan ay yung mga paaralan na bago pa po ang K-12 law ay nag-offer na ng 2 years at least of preschool education, 5 years old ang kanilang kindergarten, 7 years of elementary, that's 2 plus 7, that's 9, and another 4 years of high school.
Right.
What they do, Attorney Karen, is that they will now adjust their curriculum and they do some recalibration. We call it recalibration because they will now tell DepEd, not exactly the way I'm going to tell it right now, but it's like DepEd. Right now, even without K-12, what we're teaching right now, we look at your K-12 curriculum. Our grade 7 is the equivalent of your third year K-12. So we will now look, you ask Attorney Rod, what are we doing? So they will now submit a transition plan. We will look at their curriculum. We will look at the way they would like to recalibrate. They will now call their grade 7 students after recalibration. Instead of proceeding to grade 8, they will go to grade 9. And then we will now say, we approve your transition plan. You're okay. But some schools, Attorney Karen, we will see that it is not exactly true that their grade 7 is equivalent to our first year high school. It's like more or less like our first year high school, but you lack these competencies. And what these private schools will do is that they will now do what they call bridging program. Dinadagdagan po nila. Maybe they do it during summer or as they proceed. So we look at their transition plan. That's how we do it, Attorney Ron, to answer your question.
Right. Now, does this impact on the government's resources? No? I mean, because I would imagine with these 2 additional years, would require more infrastructure, more classrooms, more. Will it? I guess my question is the DepEd ready for just more than just adding those 2 years, infrastructure-wise, resources-wise?
The answer is yes. And when we say that we are ready, we have the plan how to make this happen. We have the funds we will need. We will propose to Congress, and we will have the funds necessary to construct the additional facilities for our senior high school program come 2016 to 2018. When we say yes, we are ready, that means that we acknowledge the fact that some of our high schools and even private schools, just like what Attorney Karen and Attorney Rod, what you said, that they will say, we will not offer senior high school, but we have a plan. Like talking to our HEIs, because we know that by 2016 to 2018 or even beyond, they will have not enough incoming freshmen or sophomore students, college students will be entering their colleges and universities, and therefore we have this strategy to engage them, talk to them, use their facilities, either for us to use their facilities and put our
for those
teachers,
2 years na walang graduates, no?
Yes, or Attorney Rod, they will offer their professors. Pati ngayon yung issue ng kawalan ng mag-aaral na kanila pong tuturuan, matutugunan. at sila po magtuturo ng K-12. May mga ganyang pag-uusap. We're talking about our GASPE program, how we intend to support our senior high school students, how much will we give, voucher system po ito, at paano po sila maghahanap ng paaralan.
That sounds like a very complicated endeavor. Now we have questions from our viewers, and one is from Jerome. How come not all schools offer step-up programs to their students? Who can be entitled to this?
Ang dahilan po dyan, I assume yung ibig sabihin po nila dyan, yung when I talk about recalibration, transition plan, ang dahilan po niyan, Attorney Karen, Attorney Ron, ay iba-iba po ang curriculum na ipinapatupad ng ating mga pampribadong paaralan. Walang makapagsabi. I'll talk about one private elementary school. They're offering 5 years old, Kinder 1, 6 years old, Kinder 2, 7 years old, Kinder 3.
Wow.
So iba po yun. And then they have 6 years of elementary education. Now, they come to us. They're telling us, our Kinder 3 is actually your grade 1 or your grade 2. Kasi ang kailangan lang naman po, 1 year of preschool education. But sa kanila, as far as they're concerned, preschool pa yun nung araw. And then they say, magkakaroon lang kami ng bridging program. We will now say definitively, categorically, that the competencies of our K2, K3, and grade 1 is the equivalent of your grade 1, 2, and 3 students under K-12. Now, you have another school which has 2 years of preschool but only 6 years of elementary education. Meron namang isang paaralan, 2 years of preschool, 7 years of elementary education. That's the reason why some of our schools will have the texter call it a step-up program. You know, others call it a bridging program. Iba-iba po ang sitwasyon.
I see. Okay. Now, Janet naman shares with us, my cousin is about to enter grade 7 this school year, but his school divided this year to accommodate 2 levels, meaning he will be attending grade 7 in the first half of the school year and then take grade 8 in the second half. Is this in accordance with the K-12 system?
The answer should be yes, if they are implementing this with our approval. I can only second guess right now what's going on with the school. Maybe this school is saying our curriculum, actually, he's talking about one half is grade 7
and
and
the other
another
half
half is
grade
grade 8.
Yeah.
They're saying that their grade 6 actually has the competency of a grade 7 or first year high school student nung araw po. Pero hindi po kumpleto. But we have to teach them a little. So that accounts for the one half.
Right.
And then they may say that and therefore kung nakuha na nila yung competencies ng isang grade 7, naturally they're entitled to be grade 8. Something like that. Attorney Rod. So,
would you say, Benjo, that it's not a matter of nomenclature or names,
Yes.
more of yung kung ano yung standard?
And then, basically, if the DepEd allows it, then the private school would implement those kind of adjustments.
Well, just to explain why it's happening. You know, I'm just second guessing right now why it even happened. But it's all about the bottom line. It's all about curriculum. The reason why they're saying that is that in some form we are advanced. So that's the general idea behind that transition program. But while we are advanced, we cannot categorically say that we are the equivalent of this year. We need to learn some more, you know, some competencies. And that's why they devised that. We look into their curriculum. Iyan naman pong sinasabi nila, para po yan sa grade 6 nila, patungong grade 8 po siguro, or what. Pero meron din pong ganyan mangyayari yan sa kanilang grade 5 going to, hindi lang naman yan, halos ako po yung nakakasiguro, patungong grade 6 at grade 7.
But just to clarify, Asek, it's not possible na mali yung nagawa nung school.
No, we have to approve
they
that.
have to really...
We have to approve that.
May approval talaga ng DepEd yan. So, pagka mga parents, at least they can be assured na if the school is operating, it means tama or compliant yung system with the K-12.
Specifically, Attorney Karen, when we say operating and implementing this kind of transition program, we should have the approval. They should secure DepEd approval because we have to look into the curriculum.
Okay, we have another question from Kiko. One of the benefits presented from the implementation of the K-12 was its affordability. How will it be affordable when some schools are charging 50 to 100,000 pesos a year Naku, ito ata yung mga,
Yeah,
lalo
ito
na
yung
yung mga
mga problema
international
nila, oh.
schools.
That you mentioned
Are
earlier.
international schools covered as well,
But
Benjo?
those are private schools, no? So they have the option to enroll in public schools, and in public schools, this is actually free. No?
For public
Supposedly.
schools, it's free. But then realistically, kahit international schools, they're covered now by the K-12.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're doing some form
But
of
I cannot
K-12.
imagine parents transferring their kids from IS to public
Public
schools.
school.
So it's really more expensive for them, no?
Yeah, and their system is different. They don't have, in other words, a 10-year basic education cycle. You're talking about international schools prior to K-12.
All right.
More they already have their own K-12.
Okay, we have a question from Arsenio. Okay, why not return the NCEE and have those who would fail be required to take another year in high school before he or she is admitted to college?
Mahabang usapin po yan. Yung NCEE, that's na National College Entrance Examination, na kung saan nung araw po ay kapag hindi nyo po naipasa ito, hindi po kayo pwede magtuloy ng kolehiyo.
I took that.
Yeah, Attorney Rod.
It shows my age. Oh.
Yeah. Ako, medyo...
Did you take it? No.
Parang kami,
You didn't take
we
it?
had
NSAT.
NSAT.
And
And then you have this
Makiki-NSAT na rin
national
ako kay Attorney Karen. Maski NCEE rin ako.
I took that.
Ang dahilan po dyan ay hindi naman po yan ang ating tinitingnang solusyon dun po sa problema natin sa ating curriculum. The basic problem is we are not, number one, aligned to what's going on in the whole world. Number two, we recognize the fact, nakita ko po kanina sa teleprompter po, na we intend to decongest the curriculum. While we say we are not aligned with what's going on in the whole world, we are actually teaching what needs to be learned in 10 years. For other countries, they're teaching it in 12 years. So that's what we're just trying to say. So we're aligning to what should be done, what is old, what should be going on, and ito pong K-12, sa totoo po lamang, sana manawaan po ng ating mga kababayan. Hindi po ito inimbento lamang ng Pilipinas at ito pinapatupad sa Pilipinas lamang at nais po namin pahirapan kayong lahat. Ito po yung nangyayari sa buong mundo at dapat po matuwa po tayo dahil hindi lamang po ito sa buong mundo na nangyayari, Attorney Rod. Nangyayari ito sa pampribadong paaralan, Attorney Karen. Ibang uri lamang ng K-12. Just like what I told you, yung mga may kaya pong magpaaral, they will enroll their child in schools offering some form of K-12 even before the law. What am I talking about, Attorney Rod? 2 years of preschool, 7 years of elementary, that's 2 plus 7, 9. Another 4 years, they don't mind. And then pagpasok sa kolehiyo ng anak nila, Ateneo Lasal Xavier, 17, 18 anyos na po. Ito po ngayon ay ipinapantay po natin, hindi lamang po sa buong mundo, kundi pati po sa mga pampribadong paaralan na nagpapatupad na ng isang uri ng K-12. Ito po ay para po sa ating mga kababayan na wala pong kakayanan.
Our teachers ba are capable? Already trained? There's a training program for
I think
them?
Benjo can
Yeah,
answer this. He's a teacher himself.
Yeah, actually, no, ang mga teachers naman natin, pero ngayon kasi wala pa naman yung senior high school, no, so yung mga specialized na competencies.
Pero yung training natin
at
ka,
subjects.
Benjo, sa mga guro natin na nagtuturo sa grades 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, na ibahagi mo.
Yeah, hanggang ngayon, yun, binanggit ko naman kanina, na kami ay actually hanggang bago mag-open ang klase ay ongoing pa, no, yung nung mga panahon na yun, yung training, no. So medyo malaliman na yung mga training, baka lang ang kulang lang natin ngayon, baka materials pa, no, doon, no. Siguro that the DepEd would be honest naman, no, na talagang kapos na hanggang ngayon, ano. Yung grade 8 ngayon, grade 9 ngayon hanggang ngayon ay wala pa, no, ng teaching materials o teaching guides, no. Lalo na doon sa mga areas na talagang malayo, no, sa sentro, no, sa mga lungsod.
I may have missed it earlier. No? You were talking about different, I guess, leanings. I don't know, you call it track?
Yeah, we call it tracks.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of missed out. I'm not sure if I heard anything. Sa computers, sir. Sa
TechVoc po yun.
TechVoc yan.
Okay. Sa TechVoc po yung papasok.
So very interesting
very
topic, no? Sayang kulang sa time.
Oo, sayang.
But thank you so much, Asik Tino, for also orienting us into the different tracks because now it gives us a clearer idea. Ano ba yung 2 years na nadagdag? Because others think na same subjects, pinahaba lang. So thank you for that, and we'd like to thank our guests, Assistant Secretary Tunisto Umali, Esquire from the Department of Education, and Mr. Benjo Basas, Chairperson of the Teachers Dignity Coalition, for being with us tonight in discussing the legal rights on the K-12 system.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Benjo.
Thank you.
Legal Help Desk will return after this short break. Welcome back to Legal Help Desk on the Solar News Channel.
Yeah.
And today, tamang-tama sa pasukan yung topic natin. It's
Very
the
educational,
K-12. Yes.
educational program that we have.
Yes, but I think one thing that we really learned today that's very important is understanding what K-12 means. It means that for parents out there or for students out there, you will really spend more time in school. But it sounds like it's going to be a productive 13 years in school, because now you'll have 1 year of kindergarten and what we're familiar with, grade 1 to 6, tapos grades 7 to 10, and then 2 years of senior high school. But like what our Assistant Secretary Umali read to us today, just to give us an idea what this 2 years of senior high school means, it means that you will have additional subjects that fits a track that you will select. And what types of tracks are available? Merong tech.
Meron tech and tech vocational. There's arts, all right? There's what they call, parang it's like business.
Meron nga isa parang,
business,
merong
with
business, merong isa
accountancy.
science.
And science.
Science where you take up calculus and
And
biology.
sports. There's a strand for
There's
sports,
sport.
which I think is great. No? Like for example, myself, although I'm a lawyer, I'm into sports marketing. So, but that one I kind of just learned on my own. No? It'll be nice to have a track where you learn.
And it sounds like meron
things
isa na
about
parang
sports.
HRM naman. Sabi niya parang if you like baking, pastry making, meron din ganon.
Yun yung
So
tech vocational,
currently, what we gone through before was that we don't take these types of subject. But this one, the idea is you can be issued certificates of competence where you can find work easily after, even if you do not pursue college.
Yeah, kasi mga ganong skills, kunyari, chef, for example, or let's say, a pastry chef, di ba? Mga yan, they can start earning money. So let's say you don't have your and one of the reasons why young people can't finish college, it's not because that they can't do it, it's because financially they're not capable. So what's happening is here you equip them with enough education so that they can take a particular job, let's say a pastry chef, they can start earning and using that money to go straight to college and have a full college education. So yun yung whole point.
Yes,
Yeah.
and for parents out there, make sure that the school that your child goes to complies with the K-12 program, because this is mandatory for public and private schools.
Ayan, okay. Once again, very educational for both of us, and I hope very educational for all our televiewers. Now, we have some recap questions from Jeannie. These are questions that relate to
the past week.
Yeah,
yes.
relate to topics that we touched on the past week. So this question is from Jeannie. I've been separated for 12 years. How can I legalize our separation? Yeah,
So again, after our episode last week, one thing we learned or should have learned is that annulment only has one ground, and this is psychological incapacity. And unless merong mga circumstances that makes your marriage void from the start, like if you lacked a marriage license or one of the married couples is a minor. So if you've been separated for 12 years, even if it's that long, you can't automatically get an annulment. You can get legal separation, but again, this is not based on just the number of years that you've been apart. Kailangan may mga grounds kayo. Kasama na dyan yung, for instance, infidelity or abandonment. So if the 12-year separation constitutes abandonment, then maybe you can file a case for legal separation. But you have to find out, kasi baka naman yung 12 years na yan, it's just because your spouse is working abroad. So kung ganun yung circumstance, then that's nagsusupport pa siya sa'yo, then it might not automatically be a ground for legal separation. But in order to find out, my advice is also consult a lawyer so you can give the circumstances. Kung ano ba yung 12 years apart na yan, is it abandonment na, and is it a viable ground for filing a case for legal separation?
It's worth pointing out there's actually a bill. There's a bill in the Senate where, you know,
5 years
five years of separation
can be a
will be a grounds for annulment, but it's only just a bill. So it's not
hindi
yet
pa
a
siya
law.
law. Yeah.
So, but good point though.
Okay, we have another recap question from Jenny. My uncle has been married for 62 years and has only found out that his wife has been cheating on him for the past 23 years. We told him to file for a case of adultery against the wife and the lover, but he refused, saying that he has forgiven her. Instead, he wants to file a case against the lover. Can he file a case against the lover only? Can he file for legal separation using adultery as reason to avoid jail time for the wife?
Okay, two questions. No? Two questions. The first one.
First question, Jenny, unfortunately, your uncle cannot just choose to file a case for adultery against the lover only. So the crime of adultery is obviously present here. It's the fact that merong affair yung wife niya for the past 23 years. Meron siyang pwedeng i-file na adultery, but it has to be against both. Kung hindi siya willing i-file against both the wife and the lover, then it cannot be filed against the lover only. Kasi co-principals sila for the crime of adultery.
Right.
And then the next question would
is,
be,
legal
is
separation?
it a case for legal separation? Yes,
Yes,
it
infidelity.
is a ground.
Yeah, infidelity is a grounds for legal separation. Yeah, but of course you have to prove the adultery. You know, of course, when you say you know about the wife cheating for 23 years, at the end of the day, you still have to prove that. No? You have to prove that there was indeed.
But at least
sexual intercourse.
a legal separation, it's a civil case or a family case. It's not a case for adultery, which is a crime. So when you said yung jail time, to escape jail time, if your uncle only files for legal separation, hindi naman makukulong yung wife niya. But they can be legally separated, meaning yung consequence yan, they don't have to live together, pwedeng ma-separate yung properties nila, and they can even talk about custody.
All right. From Delilah. My husband died a long time ago, leaving me and our 2 children. My brother-in-law, so I assume the brother of her husband, took possession of all my husband's properties and businesses. Can I still go after these even after 20 years? I now have psoriasis and I'm suffering. So apparently there was no, I guess, settlement of the estate.
Yeah. Because the brother-in-law has no right to the properties of your husband.
He's not a compulsory heir.
Oo, ang compulsory heir, meaning yung may karapatan dun sa mga properties ng asawa mo upon his death, would be you and your 2 kids. So, dapat walang right dito yung brother-in-law. And if he took possession, you have to check, nagkaroon ba ng estate case or meron bang will that can be executed that appoints him as the executor, meaning kaya siya may karapatan. But in terms of owning the properties, your brother-in-law has no right to them. So,
it's worth
what you can do...
Worth pointing out, Delilah, that the ownership of your property, your husband's property, transferred upon the time of death. It's not by will or by any act. No, by the fact that he died, automatically the ownership transferred to you and your children, the compulsory heirs. So,
okay. So she should contest that.
Absolutely. Now, all right. Okay, that's all the time that we have for tonight. We would like to thank our guests, ASEC Tonicito Umali, Esquire from the Department of Education, and Mr. Benjo Basas, chairperson of the Teachers Dignity Coalition, for being with us tonight in discussing the K-12 system.
If you have any questions or comments on tonight's episode, share them with us on our Facebook and Twitter pages.
All right, I'm attorney Rod Nepomuceno.
And I'm attorney Karen Jimeno. If you missed any of our previous episodes, you may watch these at your convenience by simply downloading the Solar News Channel app on your mobile devices from Google Play and the Apple App Store. Join us again next Monday as we discuss your legal rights. Good night. Mandatory kindergarten level, 6 years of primary education, grades 1 to 6, 4 years of junior high school, grades 7 to 10, and 2 years of senior high school, grades 11 to 12. Though the intentions of the K-12 system are honorable, many people, including parents, are not in favor of this, as it means additional costs for the education of their children, as well as the inconvenience it might bring to the students, especially those who are prepared to enter high school and college.
Hindi ako pabor. Magdadagdag ka na naman ng 2 taon, yung 6 na taon nga sa elementary, magpaaral, sobrang hirap na. Siguro okay siya sa mga may mga pera.
okay na lang din kasi right after the graduation, may ano na din pwede na din sila makapaghanap ng trabaho. Tapos, pwede na din sila mag-aral sa college na nagtatrabaho.
Another problem that arises from the implementation of the system is the lack of preparedness of many schools' facilities, especially in the number of classrooms and teachers available.
Mga eskwelahan talaga natin ay kulang talaga sa pasilidad, kulang sa classrooms, upuan, textbooks pa na mali-mali. Yung mga teachers din natin ay kulang ang pasahod. Paano sila makakapagturo ng maayos kung sila mismo ay nagsastruggle sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na gastusin. Hindi totoo yung kiniklaim ng Aquino government na wala na daw pagkukulang sa ating mga pasilidad at equipment. Kasi kung tutuusin, napaka-atrasado ng ating mga facilities, hindi pa rin tayo multimedia.
Is the country prepared for the K-12 education system? What are the problems faced by students, parents, and schools since the implementation of the new educational system? How is the government preparing and handling the new educational system as the new school year begins? Good evening. You are watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News channel. This show is about making the law work for
Yung kindergarten program na ngayon ay bahagi na talaga, no? Kasi before ito ay optional, no? Pero ngayon, no, doon sa pagpasa nung Kindergarten Act nung 2012, no, ay naging bahagi na siya talaga, no? So ibig sabihin yung mga bata na 5 years old, no, ay obligado na sila, mandatory na sila ay mag-enroll na ng kinder, and then another 6 years for elementary, and another 4 years, no, for junior high school, and 2 years, no, for senior high school, no. Na yung track naman ay papunta, no, doon sa iba-iba, no. Basically ang sinasabi ng ating pamahalaan para daw i-prepare yung ating mga kabataan, ano, doon sa employment, no. So after graduation from high school, ready na sila, no, kasi yung age nila ay maayos, pwede na,
Ano
no,
yung
pwede
ideal
na
age
magtrabaho.
under this new system?
Well, 18 years old, yung mga bata ay gagraduate na sila ng high school, no, ng year 12, no, ng grade 12, no. Yun yung ideal na sinasabi, no, kasi that is one of the problems, no, na nakita ng Department of Education at ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas, even the Department of Labor, no, na sinasabing yung ating mga graduate sa Pilipinas ay kulang ng haba ng taon ng pag-aaral. So doon sa mga bansa, no, na gusto nilang magpatuloy ng edukasyon or mag-seek ng employment, hindi sila natatanggap. No? Yun yung isang niresolve, no, nitong K-12. Yes.
But do you think it's an issue of age or nasa qualifications ba? Because I'm curious na nagdagdag tayo, I mean, kami ni Rod, we were under the old system, and all our parents then, and even you,
Yeah,
di ba? So,
myself.
yung tanong dito, when you talked about a graduating age of 18, ako, I finished high school at 16, but normally it's really 16, 17.
Yes.
I felt na na-cover na lahat ng subjects. Even when I started college, yung iba, calculus, physics, it was... The month of June sparks the start of the new school year in the country. Children are eager to go back to school to see their old classmates, meet new friends, and learn new things from their teachers. Despite the excitement, parents, schools, and some students are having problems adjusting to the K-12 education system, which was passed on May 15, 2013 by President Benigno Aquino III through RA 10533. Or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. The aim of the K-12 system is to provide every Filipino children with the education they need to compete in a global context. By adding 2 years, the DepEd hopes to reach its goal of giving students enough time to master skills and ideas to prepare for tertiary education or college, middle-level skills development, employment, and entrepreneurship.
Bagong curriculum ni President Noy para sa tataguyod ng liberal policy. Ito ay 6 na taon sa high school. Pero mula sa kinder hanggang dun sa high school na kung saan ay para matiyak yung pagbibigay ng cheap labor sa iba't ibang bansa. Imbis na 4 na taon lang sila sa high school, magkakaroon pa ng karagdagang 2 taon. Dagdag na 2 taon, ibig sabihin, dagdag na responsibilidad, dagdag na gastos sa bagay ng mga magulang.
The model of the K-12 education system is as follows.
Basically, they were subjects na na-take up na namin before. So, with this new system na nagdagdag ng 2 taon sa senior high school, what types of subjects yung nadagdag from the old curriculum?
Ang sinasabi dito ng Department of Education, yung 2 taon ng senior high school, ito ay parang yung mga general subjects na kinukuha natin sa freshman natin sa kolehiyo ay doon na yan itinuturo, no? And actually, meron pang mga...
Can you give examples?
Yeah.
Ano yung mga sinasabing subjects that are now included na typically hindi ini-introduce until college na?
Well, yung ano natin, no? Yung, kasi depende yan. Depende pa rin sa pupuntahan ng mga bata. Meron dyan ay tech-voc, no? Technical vocational, no? So, yung mga bata na okay na sila, no? Doon sa ganung track ay pwede na silang magtrabaho after, no? So, yung binibigay ngayon ng TESDA, no? So, after graduation from high school, yung mga bata na nandun sa group na yon ay pwede na silang magtrabaho, no? Yun namang magpo-pursue ng professional courses, no? Like engineering, no? Medicine, etc., no? Ay kukuha naman sila ng preparation din, ano? Doon sa kanilang mga courses na maiibigan, ano po. Yun naman, yung iba naman ay doon naman sa mga arts, no? Doon sa music, no, literature, etc. So, yan yung sinasabing hindi nako-cover, no, doon sa old curriculum natin, no, sa high school, no. Kaya pagdating mo sa kolehiyo, yung actually minsan nga sinasabi pa yung first 2 years natin sa college, no, ay hindi talaga tayo
hindi talaga college.
Hindi talaga tayo nag-aaral, no, nung ating course na napili, no, kundi continuation yan, ano.
But when you say na dinadagdagan ng technical or arts, hindi ba yan specialization na? Because I'm just curious kung if it's yun yung nadagdag sa when you're saying 2 years senior high school.
Yes, no, yun po yung mga
For you by giving legal advice on topics that matter to you. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno.
And I'm Attorney Rod Nepomuceno. Tonight, we will discuss your legal rights on the K-12 education system. What you need to know as concerned parents and students on the new system.
Our guest for tonight is Mr. Benjo Basas, Chairperson of the Teachers Dignity Coalition.
Yeah. Good evening, Benjo.
Good
evening, attorney.
Welcome to LegalHD.
Yes, thank you.
Ayan, so don't worry, we won't ask you legal questions so much. I know you're not a lawyer.
I'm worried.
Yeah, but you being a teacher, a public school teacher, you're familiar with the K-12 system. And maybe can you give us a brief backgrounder, no, especially for those who may not be too familiar with it?
Well, basically, no, it started in 2010, ano, during the Aquino administration's assumption into the office, no, and the president himself, no, may marching order siya, no, doon sa Department of Education, no, na ituloy na itong K-12, and ang sinasabi niya nga doon ay maiksi, no, yung 10 taon, no. So hindi naman yung iksi ang pinag-uusapan natin, ano. That is our main contention, ano, or initial contention, ano. Hindi naman yung iksi o haba ng pag-aaral yung issue dito, no. So nandun kami sa issue na gaano ba dapat, no, ihanda yung eskwelahan, ano, ng buong lipunan, no, ng buong society at basically ng gobyerno, no, para doon sa ating mga bata, no. So sa kasalukuyan, actually, hindi na sa kasalukuyan, no? Kasi nandun na tayo actually sa 3rd year of implementation, ano?
It's already there.
Yeah, ng K-12 program. Wala na tayong 3rd year ngayon, ano? Meron tayo ngayon ay grade 8 na, no? Grade 9 na, no? At next year, no, ay itong school year 2014-2015, ano po, ito yung huling batch, no, natin na gagraduate, no, under the old curriculum, no? So, yun, pinahaba siya, no, at inilagay, no, yung